Sunday night football is here. The Chicago Bears traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my favorite bets to place on this first Sunday night football game of the NFL season. I'm going to have a player prop, a spread, and a same game parlay, all of which will be timestamped down below. If you're looking for my best bets for the full Sunday slate, I have another video. It will be linked in the description as well as at the end of the video. Today, we're just talking about the Rams versus the Bears. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Closing on 8,000 subscribers. We appreciate all the love and support. We know the NFL is going to take this channel to a whole nother level, so we appreciate it, and I'll be updating my record every single Tuesday when I release my normal week bets. Now, one last note, normally this video would be coming out on Saturday, and normally would have a Monday night football bet as well, but right now I'm recording this on Thursday. You'll see this on Friday, and maybe you're watching on Saturday or Sunday, but Gus Edwards just announced could potentially be out for the season, and all the lines are going to change, so I'm not going to necessarily tempt that Ravens versus Raiders game on Monday Night Football, but if there's something I end up liking, I'll be sure to post it on our Twitter at Calling Our Shot, so make sure you're following us there. But let's get into it. We're talking about the Bears that are led by Andy Dalton, traveling to LA, take on the Rams with their new quarterback, Matthew Stafford, and a lot of people have high hopes for this Rams team, and similarly for the Bears, once, we do expect Justin Fields to get in there at some point. Right now, the current spread sitting at Rams minus 7.5. The over-under's around 46.5 points. These numbers might change by the time you're watching it, but that's what we got at the moment. Now, my bets will be timestamped down below in the description where we're going to start. We're going to start with my over-under pick. I'm going with the Bears. I'm taking their team total under 19.5 points, minus 118 on FanDuel. Now, Bears fans, close your ears. You don't want to be hearing this, but I'm not sold on Andy Dalton. And truthfully, if you're a Bears fan, I don't think you're sold on Andy Dalton. We all know it's a time where you're just watching your watch. You know Justin Fields is going to be out on the field at some point. But Matt Nagy is back to calling plays. He did not call plays the back half of the year, and you saw the Bears score a lot of points. But now Matt Nagy back to calling plays, and we saw how well that went during the beginning of the season. The Bears struggled to score points really early on in the year. Obviously, the Rams, great defense, led by Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, causing havoc on the other side of the ball. Andy Dalton struggled last season against good defenses. Now, sure, he put up points with the Cowboys. It was against a lot of bad defenses. He struggled against defenses like the Ravens and the Washington football team, and I think the Rams are arguably better than both of those two defenses. Now, last season, Rams held their opponents under this line in 8 of their games, and that included both weeks 1 and 2, which obviously we find ourselves in week 1. Now, if you look at it, it also included a week 6 victory over this very team, the Chicago Bears, holding the Chicago to just 10 points. You love to see that. Andy Dalton, he's a capable quarterback. Could he score 20 points? Yeah, to hit this over. It wouldn't surprise me, but I think the Rams will be out to make, put a stamp on the league, say, this is our league, and we're a Super Bowl contender, and I think they're in, so I don't think they're going to make this Bears team into a more one-dimensional team, and they do not want to see Andy Dalton throwing the ball that much. I believe his interception prop is right now like minus 160 for him to throw an interception. So Vegas and the sportsbooks are expecting that, but regardless, the Rams should dominate this game. I like the line at total under 19.5 points, also 18.5 points. I haven't seen many teams end up at 19. I'll just take 19.5, locking it in. Let's move on to player props, and I'm going to give you one player prop that I really love. Matthew Stafford, the new quarterback for the Rams, taking his over 1.5 passing touchdowns, minus 160. Sure, I get it. It's juiced, and I don't want to play it. I understand, and just hear me out. This goes to show that really aren't a lot of props in this game that I do like. Like, obviously, I just don't know what the running backs will shake out for the Rams. I don't know, you obviously have Henderson and Sony Michel, and then you got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, and then obviously they still got Van Jefferson, Deshaun Jackson. Rams side of the ball, not sure what to expect. Then you got the Bears side, got Allen Robinson. Sure, he's good, but he's going to be shadowed by Jalen Ramsey. I don't want to touch an under for an Allen Robinson. And then also David Montgomery, not sure what to expect from him. So I'm going to avoid it and just take Matthew Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Now, Matthew Stafford, very familiar with this Bears organization. We know he plays them 2 times a year, every single year for his whole career with the Detroit Lions, obviously now in a new place with the LA Rams. Now, over his last 6 matchups versus the Bears, he's thrown 2 or more touchdowns, cashed this bet in 4 of the 6 games, so not too shabby, and that included his most recent matchup back in December. Now, my expectation, the Rams and their offense, led by Sean McVay, calling the plays, and their head coach want to put the league on notice. Now, obviously, the loss of Cam Akers, you don't love to see that. We still don't know how the backfield will work out with Henderson and Michel, so I think they'll be throwing it more than people might expect. Or I think a lot of people are expecting them to be throwing the ball more than, they might have been doing in previous seasons when they had Todd Gurley or Cam Akers and company. Now, Stafford, starting off the season, he's going to get it to his talented receivers with Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, Deshaun Jackson, and even the tight end Tyler Higbee. We already talked about them earlier. This Bears front 7, very good. You obviously got Khalil Mack leading the way, But their back half, with especially the cornerbacks, not good. And if you have not seen the cornerbacks for the Chicago Bears, they lost Kendall Fuller. I believe it's Kendall Fuller, one of the Fuller bros. He's gone, and now with the Broncos, lost Buster Screen. Yeah, the cornerbacks are not going to be too good. And I think that's where they'll be able to exploit it, find some very good matchups. So give me Stafford to throw 2 touchdowns, not asking for a lot, just putting 1 unit on it. I'm in. No need to risk any more than that. Now, same game parlay time. Here it is. Now, you can see it on the screen. Now, this is going to be a little tough, especially with, we don't know what to expect from teams in week 1. So kind of limiting the same game parlays. I do love them a lot more in NBA season, but I'm just going to be limited it here. And you see my 2 legs. We have Rams -3.5 and the under 52.5 points. Let's talk about each leg. Now, same game parlays, not a lot of people have access to them, but I do like this one, and not every same game parlay, or I'll abbreviate it, SGP, has to be a lottery ticket. Now, I know people will see they normally get a risk-free SGP, and that makes them say, all right, I'm turning $10 into $10,000, and while you're probably not going to hit one of those, and maybe you're not going to use this for a plus 116 value, but I could have included some touchdowns in this, but I decided not to because I don't know how this backfield, I'm just not going to include touchdowns. This could be a very low-scoring game in my opinion. Let's talk about the 2 legs. Now, the spread currently is 7 to 8 points. Asking them to cover 3.5, not asking for a lot. Could the final score be something like 21-17? That wouldn't surprise me. That would not only cash the under, also cash the -3.5. Second leg, under 52.5 points. As we talked about earlier in the video, the over-under set at 46.5 points, 47-ish. I love it. The Rams defense is great, and I think they'll really control this. They'll control both sides of the ball. And if you look at it, the Rams and Bears arguably both like to run the ball a lot more than a lot of other teams in the NFL. And I think if the Rams get up early, you could see them just chewing clock in the second half. Henderson and Michelle, rinse and repeat, just moving the ball like that. They also obviously have Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, 2 of the best possession receivers in the NFL, and they're very good at catching screen plays and going a couple yards and just moving the chains, quick and easy first downs, chewing that clock. And I think that's very realistic. So I'm going to lock in the same game parlay. Like I said, only plus 116 value, but I still do like it. I think we have a good chance. Now, boom, that's going to be the end of this video. We appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. Now, I got to take a step back. If you are in Charlotte, this is why I do not have, the normal Monday night video, because I will be in Charlotte this weekend. So if you're going to the Jets-Panthers game, come hit me up. You know where to find me. I'll be in the stadium cheering on my New York Jets. Hopefully not hurting me too good. Now, normally I would have a DFS, a daily fantasy video with my favorite value picks, favorite stacks, but given that I'm going to be leaving out of town on Friday, I don't really want to rush that video, and I'll wait till week 2 to post another one, but we appreciate you guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're going to have a lot of content coming your way. Be sure to check out Logan's college football best bets video. That should be posted right before this one, so make sure you're checking out all the content. We appreciate you guys. Share it with your friends. If you're already subscribed, tell your grandma to subscribe. We appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing us, and the NFL season is just starting. This is the week 1. We got 17 more regular season weeks of this, and then the whole playoffs, and we got NBA season starting back up. It's a good time to be alive. This has been Austin. Thanks you guys again for tuning in. It's been Austin. I'll catch you guys again next time. Peace out.